Jamie and Genty Show, broadcasting live each week on Tuesday at 12 p.m. from Fishbowl Studios. Log on to hear sports talk from basketball to football and view your feedback on the biggest sports news you want to talk about from around the world. So be sure to log on each week Tuesdays at 12 p.m. to catch the Jamie and Genty Show. Hope to see you soon
on Fishbowl Radio Network.
Jump in. All right, welcome world. This is Jamie. Welcome to the Jamie and Genty Show right here on Fishbowl Network. I'm Jamie. Happy Tuesday. It's August the 16th, 2022. And, I hope everyone's day is going well. It's going great. I had an eventful weekend. None about me. But we're going to talk about the 5 coaches you should watch for during the NFL season. They could lose their job, or they can be there for another season. So when I did this list, I said, man, it sounds about right. These coaches here, one has a college mind, and the other is too old. Maybe he's trying to transition to a younger coach in waiting. No, I mean, there's a lot of coaches out there, whether it's in college or in the NFL, whether you're a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, special teams, defensive back coach, position, whatever it may be. There's a lot of coaches out there that want a chance, want an opportunity to coach an NFL team. Now, your franchise might have that issue in this upcoming season, whether they fire in season or after the season. Me personally, I'm not a fan of in season firing coaches. You know why? I want coaches to finish on a decent note. And then you could say, you know what, we're going to let you go because we want to turn into another direction. Where that direction leads, we don't know. So let me give you these 5 coaches that I think that are on the hot seat. And this is courtesy of MSN. So number 1, Matt Rule. Okay, so I have a problem with Matt Rule. Matt Rule cannot decide on a quarterback. And Matt Rule, I can remember this, when they got Baker Mayfield, right, from the Cleveland Browns. It's like, okay, is he going to be a starter, or you got Sam Darnold there, you got P.J. Walker there, then you got Matt Corral there. My only issue with the Carolina Panthers is you're still going after Cam Newton. You have 4 quarterbacks on the roster. You just drafted one. Another played. 2 played last season. And now you got another one from Cleveland. You gave them a bunch of draft picks. Like, the Cam Newton era is over in Carolina. Let him be. Like, stop thinking about Cam Newton and focus on these quarterbacks. Let's go. All right, so 10-23 in the NFC South. Sorry, South. You think of the Carolina Panthers, you think of, what legendary player can I think of? I mean, Cam Newton, the coach Ron Rivera. I could think of Steve Smith. I could think of Julius Peppers. That's back in the old days. Now it's like Matt Rule. Who's that? College coach. Didn't do much hasn't done much in the NFL. There's a chant going on right now for his name to get fired, which I agree with. Because anytime you don't take accountability of naming a starter for your quarterback, that's pretty messed up. Like, you are the coach. You make those decisions. Not a defensive coordinator, not an offensive coordinator. You make those choices, Matt Rule. He can't take accountability. That's the thing. He wants to pawn the blame on somebody else. My coach cannot do that. He's not my coach. He will never be my coach. But let's play that Fire Matt Rule clip, and let's let him explain that chant.
between soccer, between the concerts, between football. To me, like it's been tremendous to see the atmosphere, to see people coming out. So, I'm happy everyone's here. Even the guy saying fire Matt Rule right now. I'm happy that everyone's out here. Our players worked hard; they deserve it, man. So,
what's the plan for Jason?
Between soccer, between the concerts, between football. To me, like it's been.
So you hear the guy in the background saying fire Matt Rule, and this was at a Panthers fan fest, where all the fans gathered together and players talking about the upcoming season, expectations, and whatnot, just the fan experience. And some guy says, fire Matt Rule. Well, Matt Rule, we're tired. We're tired of you messing up this team. Like, dude, name your starter. When I looked at the Washington game, neither quarterback looked great. Not, the only quarterback that looked decent and he played well in the fourth quarter was Matt Corral, the rookie. He's not even mentioned. But we got Sam Darnold, we got Baker Mayfield. I mean, I understand it's a preseason game 1, but when we get to game 3 in the preseason, at some point you have to name your starter, Matt. Like, we cannot go through all this. You're in the NFC South with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New Orleans Saints, and the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not worried about the Falcons, and I'm not worried about them. They're in full rebuilding mode. They know that. Carolina, you're not. Tampa Bay, you're not. You have the greatest quarterback in all time. New Orleans, I'm not sure what type of team you're going to bring. You're going to give us. So the opportunities is there. Do I see Matt Rule getting fired in season? No, I don't see that. I mean, unless the team starts 0-6, then maybe. But no, I don't see him getting fired in season. Which I don't like. Number 2, Ron Rivera. And Ron Rivera, 14-19 in 2 seasons as the Commanders coach, or as you can say, the Washington football team, or you can say the Redskins coach. I can say Redskins, right? Yeah. Okay. So, name change from the Redskins to the Washington football team, then the Commanders. And I just asked someone during the break, before we got on, and I asked them, what is the Commanders logo? Every team has a logo. The Saints have one. Minnesota has one. The Cowboys have one. Buccaneers have one. I was like, what is the Commanders logo? Like, I don't understand this. So someone has to figure that out for me. But nonetheless, Ron Rivera's on this list, even though I appreciate his fight with cancer in 2020. They actually won an NFC East title in 2020. So I do like that. Along with, and he's one of my favorite coaches. I hate to see him on this list because the team has been underperforming, and even in the offseason. Let's talk about the offseason. Okay, your owner is at Congress now for sexual harassment in the workplace, saying, well, we have a great workplace. Well, no, you don't. Or else you wouldn't be going to Congress to try to fight to keep your job. No. Something's happening. Then you go from your defensive coordinator comparing the January 6th riot to Black Lives Matter protests. You can't do that. That's not even a comparison. You can't compare that crap. What? And then you go from quarterbacks, right? Let's talk about quarterbacks. So Alex Smith, he retired. Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace. I was hoping I was looking forward to seeing him excel his career. But it wasn't going to happen in Washington, and he went to Pittsburgh, and, there's rest in peace to him. Then you go to Taylor Heineke, which I think he played well last year. But he didn't have enough support. He didn't have an offensive line. Basically, he didn't have any receivers other than Terry McLaurin. So it's not his fault. Then you go to Carson Wentz, which I think this is his last year being a starter if he doesn't get his game right. How are you going to go from Philly to Indy to now Washington and not get your game right, Carson? Like, dude, you're becoming a joke of the NFC East. There's no comparison between you and Dak. Dak is always going to be the leader of the NFC East for years to come, unless he retires, unless they trade him. Dak is always going to be that leader. Not Jalen Hurts, not Carson Wentz, not even Daniel Jones. Dak Prescott is the leader of the NFC East. Whether the Cowboys win the East or not this season, he's still going to be the leader. And so so anyways, back to topic. You had an eventful offseason. You had 2 tight ends retire. One said, okay, I'm going to retire, go back to school. But that's fair. You go back to school and you go do your own thing. I think it's for art something. I can't remember. Another one retired due to injuries or not, I guess not having to care about football. Let me tell you something, okay? If you retire before 30 or even before 27, before the age of 27, that means whether you don't care about football or you have some other adventures that you want, other endeavors you want to go chase after. And that's no problem. Like, if you want to go and chase those, then chase those. Football is still going to be here. There's going to be other guys out there fighting for an opportunity to get on an NFL roster. Whether it will be in practice squad or in another league, there's always going to be opportunities for that person to take your spot. And so that right there is a little eventful offseason for Ron Rivera. He doesn't need that stress. He's trying to win the title this year to keep his job. And if they fire him, it won't be because of him. It'll be because of the team. The team has underperformed, and they look good. They got 4 of the best defensive players in the NFC East. Now I can say that. But Dak on offense is always going to control the NFC East. So that's my Washington take. I don't know if someone tells me, hey, Commanders, we can go. I don't know. But for now, we're just going to call them the Commanders. Number 3, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll, man. You won the Super Bowl back in 2013. Could have been back-to-back in 2014, but we already know what happened and all that stuff and what transpired. You're 1-19-73 and 1 in 11 seasons. And you're trying to find that replacement for Russell Wilson. It's hard. Russell Wilson said, I'm going to take my quarterback play, my family, my wife, Sierra, to Denver. I want to get out of Seattle. Seattle's just going full rebuild, which they are. But then again, you have Geno Smith and Drew Lockett. Geno Smith is the type of guy that should be nowhere near an NFL roster. The way he plays quarterback. How are you going to play quarterback when you can't even skip out of the pocket or throw the football for that matter? The same quarterback that had a DUI in the offseason that says, no guys, don't make me out of a person. Don't make me as it is. No, dude, you got a DUI. Like, you could have injured many lives. And in fact, the matter is he was not suspended in the NFL, but different story. He's not my starter quarterback if I'm Seattle. Drew Lockett is. Drew Lockett has that experience. Drew Lockett has that game. He just needs to get more opportunities to get on the field a lot more. And I anticipate that. Is Pete Carroll going to save his job in a dominant and difficult NFC West? I hope so. You got the Rams, you got the Cardinals, you got Rams, Cardinals. Can't remember the other team, but Seattle, this is your year. Let's go. Full rebuild. I hate that word, rebuild, because you start from scratch. What if the rebuild doesn't work? I always tell people all the time, like you celebrate, we're excited for this to come, but yet when the season happens and another season happens, it doesn't work. That's what happened with the Rangers yesterday, the Texas Rangers yesterday. Why does the manager get blamed? Why is not, well, anyways, I'm going to explain that on my next show, and we're going to go from there. But, Pete Carroll, this is your year, man. Let's go. All right, number 4. And number 4, man, America's team. No, man. Oh, the 49ers was the other one. Mike McCartney. His name gets popped up every single year, ever since the Cowboys coach. He hasn't been a coach for the full 3 seasons. He's going into his 3rd season, and it's like, man, he's on this list again. He's inconsistent. That's when you know a coach should have stayed retired. Stay retired. Go to TV. We don't need you. We got other coaches in the waiting. The coaches in college, coaches in NFL who are coordinators right now that need an opportunity and they need a chance. Jerry does not see that. Jerry saw a Super Bowl ring in his house and hired Mike McCartney because of that. Do you think he's going to give us a Super Bowl championship in Dallas? No, I don't see it. Then you got the mayor of Dallas talking about a second team in Dallas. Like how? Craziness. But anyways, Mike McCartney. Okay. Did you guys watch the game on Saturday? Did you watch the Broncos versus the Cowboys? Did you watch that game? It was boring, right? By both teams. Well, actually, no. Denver played pretty well. I think they whooped our asses, guys. We did play great football. Those guys that are trying out for the team, what the fuck did you do? Huh? Why are you trying to... Oh, you guys aren't even trying. 17 penalties for 129 yards? What are you doing? You had a whole offseason to fix that. Mike, those penalties cost us the game. Did you not realize what happened? 17 in a preseason game. How are you going to fix that? This is your fault. Fix it. Or else we'll get someone else to do it. Not Sean Payton, though. Sean Payton's long gone. I don't want to hire Sean Payton. I don't even want to talk about that during the season. I will talk about the team itself. Fix your team, man. If you have to take play calling out of Kellen Moore's hands, then do that. But the defense is always going to be great. We're always going to be great. Not good, great. And it's sad that they're going to lead us during the season. They can't put points up. The offense can. And Mike McCartney, I'm sorry, is an offensive whiz. I thought he was. Green Bay fans, how'd you feel about Mike McCartney? Because us in Dallas, we're so-and-so. I've been suspect since day one. I thought that would go with Marvin Lewis, Eric Bieniemy, or the coach in Oklahoma, which is, well, he's at USC now, Lincoln Riley. But no, you go with Mike McCartney because of the Super Bowl ring in your house, Jerry. Some things will never change, man. Fix your game management situations, too. Fix them. My last one, number 5. Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland Browns. Okay, you're 19-14 in 2 seasons. It's a good record, Kevin. You go from Baker to Deshaun. I mean, Baker's not a quarterback, Kevin. He's not, but he took you all to the playoffs. Baker's more of a commercial guy. He makes all those commercials for Hulu. Whatever commercial he does, Baker's in it wholeheartedly. TV can never get enough of Baker Mayfield. He's not. We don't talk about his play on the field. We talk about his commercials he makes and how good they are, better than his play. And this is why he will never win the starting job in Carolina, in my opinion. But back to Cleveland. So you traded Baker because he's inconsistent. You know, I would agree with that, but I don't go from Baker to Deshaun. Now, if you watch the game on Saturday, was it Saturday or Friday? I think it was Saturday. Against Jacksonville, Deshaun, his first 2 passes were off. I mean, I understand you haven't played football in a year, but Deshaun, come on, bro. Really? Get it together. Fix your game, Deshaun. Stop getting all these massages and fix your game, man. Come on. Please. I don't know what's going to happen to you moving forward. But Kevin Stefanski's job's on the line. He's got to win. I mean, or else y'all both will be out of a job. And I'll explain more when I talk about division predictions later on. But Joshua Dobbs, Josh Rosen, Jacoby Brissett. If I'm you, I'll take that job. I'll be in the film room studying from X, Y, Z on day in and day out in that film room, studying the playbook wholeheartedly because I want y'all to be the starter. I want one of y'all to be the starter for this Cleveland Browns team to keep Kevin Stefanski. I don't know how long Deshaun's going to be suspended. I don't know. I let that process play out. But if I'm those 3 guys, I'm in that playbook 24/7. If I'm those 3 guys, I'm in practice. I'm the first guy there throwing passes to whoever is out there. Make it a priority to keep your job. Those quarterbacks, especially you, Josh Rosen. You were the number 3 pick in 2018. And this is your 6th team? Come on, bro. Something's got to give, man. This is your year. Make it happen. Even the lonely Atlanta Falcons went from Matt Ryan to Marcus Mariota. They just drafted Desmond Ridder from Cincinnati. That was your job, too. But you screwed that up. They said, no, we don't want you. We want you to go to Cleveland. This is your job, guys. It's your job to shine. Get it done. Now, I have a message for these 5 coaches. Except for Matt Rule. Matt Rule does not take his job. It seems like Matt Rule does not take his job seriously. Guys, take your job seriously. Come on now. If you want to be an NFL coach next season, you have to take it seriously, man. Hold everybody accountable. Make aggressive moves on the field. Don't think about it. And allow the clock to run out. Make great decisions for this season. Now, that's my rant of the day. Now, coming up next, we're going to talk about the WNBA. I'm going to give you my prediction on the playoffs and how each matchup stacks up against one another. It's Fishbowl Radio. Radio. This is Jamie again. Obviously we did talk about the 5 NFL coaches. I hope that you guys will replay the video and get a kick out of it. And you probably disagree with me, but that's okay. Don't care about your disagreement, but that's why sports is here. Now, let's talk about the WNBA playoffs. Yes, there is a playoffs for the WNBA, and the format is 3-5-5. You know what that means? There's 3 first-round games. There's 5 conference finals, and there's 5 finals. That is screwed up. Messed up. Come on, WNBA. We want more games. You talked about expanding your product. No, Commissioner. This is your fault. How you go from 3-5-5? You just went for single elimination the last 6 years, and that itself was stupid enough. Like, why can't you go 5-5-5? Why can't we get 5 first round games instead of 3? Really? 5? How you gonna get? Listen. If you try to compete with the baseball season, that season will end up until November. That's fine. Okay, they play games every day in baseball. The NFL, they play games every Sunday. Thursday and Sundays. Okay, they're in the regular season. You guys in the playoffs. Extend your season, please. Now, my little rant about that. Anyways, let's get to these playoff games, man. Dallas Wings versus Connecticut Sun. Okay? Now, Dallas, I got to tell you something. All right? I love your team. Even though I did not go to the games this season, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I was busy. But I love your team. I love the team that's in Arlington. College Park has been great. Great venue. Home of the UTA Mavericks. All that stuff. So I love that. Now, let's talk about your matchup. You got key players for Dallas is Marina Mayberry and Tyrion McCowan. Now, Marina is the Patrick Bev of the WNBA. You know why? She's nitty gritty. And I just found that. I just did a whole, I think I watched a whole history on her. How she got so aggressive. How she becomes so mean on the court. And that comes from other siblings. So she had I guess she has a older sister, an older brother, a little sister, which, by the way, she's in college. I don't remember where she's at college, where she at, but I know that watching her little sister play, watching her play, they have the same similarities. But they do get the job done. The Mayberries do get the job done. And so those are the key players for Dallas. Now, Dallas has a complete team. From Mayberry to, there's a girl there, McCowan. There's numerous ladies out there. I can't remember on top of my head. But, Alicia Gray. So that's another one. Connecticut, you got Jaquel Jones and you got Tisha Heidemann. Now, Jaquel has that face-up game to where she face up against the basket and, gives you a little moves and gets to the back, gets to her left shoulder. Tough to stop. Whereas Tisha Heidemann, you go under the screen, she's shooting a 3-point shot. And so you can't let that happen, Dallas. You got to get over the screen and contest the shot. That's how you're going to stop the Connecticut Sun. Now, my keys to the series for Dallas, defense. You got to bring that grit. You got to bring it defensively. You guys got deeper depth than Connecticut has as far as defensive-wise. That's why you could be the slight favorites, but you're not. Connecticut has a stronger team and a most experienced veteran team, but Dallas has the grit. Connecticut's side is make Dallas one-dimensional. So make them one-dimensional. So you don't have Enrique in this series. She's dealing with an injury. She has surgery. That is your 20 points per game score. So Dallas is losing that. What I mean by one-dimensional is Marina Mayberry has picked up the slack. The last 3 games, she's averaged over 20 plus per game. And so that's where the offense is coming from. Make Dallas one-dimensional, meaning that make Marina pick up the slack for everybody on the Dallas Wings. Shut everybody out, make Marina score all the points, basically. That's what one-dimensional means. My prediction for this series, oh man, I want to give it to Connecticut in 3 games. Connecticut in 3 games, guys. Even though the commissioner's like, oh no, let's make it 3 games. Like, commissioner, what are you doing? Anyways, so Connecticut in 3 games. The next series I want to talk about is a dramatic series. And this series is going to be over in a blink of an eye. The Phoenix Mercury versus Las Vegas Aces. Okay, so the key players for the Mercury is, well, first of all, it's been an eventful season from Vanessa Nygaard. Now, do I feel bad for you, Vanessa, that you went through all that during the season and all the crap that you have been saying? Do I feel bad for you, Vanessa? No, I don't. I don't feel bad, Vanessa. You know why? Because of that one comment that you made about Diane Taurasi being being an all-star. The all-star game doesn't get played without Diana in it. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Skylar is your all-star. That's why Skylar called you a clown on Twitter, because you are. But anyways, so Sophia Cunningham, Diamond DeShields. Those 2 players have been picking up the slack since Diana has been hurt. Diana, I'm not sure if she's going to play this series. Skylar's definitely not playing this series because she said, okay, well, my last game is August the 4th. I'm not going to play anymore. It went from being a non-COVID sickness to personal reasons. Personal reasons turned into not showing up, not having any communication with the team at all. And so, Skylar, I'd like to say something to you. Skylar, what's going on? Why you got to bail on a team like that? It's one thing to not like the coach. I understand that. It's another thing to get into it was a Hall of Famer, which that happened early on in the season. But finish the season. Like, you're making it about yourself. And that's not you, Skylar. That's not the Skylar that I know. And I don't know her personally. I never met her in person. I never shook her hand or gave her a hug. I don't know her. But the Skylar that I know from Notre Dame to Dallas till now is not the Skylar, is not the Notre Dame of Skylar in the past. She's changed a lot, and I understand. But I still love you, Skylar. I still love you. So, but those are the 2 players for Phoenix that you should watch out for. Another one is Phoenix. I'm going to switch over to Las Vegas. Las Vegas, okay. These are my 2 favorite ones. Kelsey Blum and AJ Wilson. Both of those players are averaging 20 plus points a game. Both of those players. I just saw a stat the other day. Both of their players scored 700 points for the season. I'm so proud of those players, man. Can we drop a clap for those players, please? And we should also mention Becky Hammer. We should give her the award already for this. They didn't change much. It was just more putting the ball in Kelsey's hands and then being able to complete the team. So the Las Vegas has a complete team that Phoenix does. Phoenix has a discombobulated team. But, you know, Phoenix has a nitty-gritty team that wants to be up there, that can match up with Las Vegas. And honestly, this is, like I said, this is over. It could be over in a couple of days. Now, my keys. Phoenix, you stay the course. What I mean by that, you won 2 of the last 3 games to get into the postseason. You stay the course. Sophia Cunningham, Diamond DeShields, Shea Petty, Rihanna Turner. Those ladies are not household names, but they have been doing the job since Diana and Skylar have been out. And so stay the course. And Vanessa, stay out of the way. Your coaching sucks. Las Vegas, depth. Use your depth. You got your depth. You got depth from top to bottom. So use your depth. Make Phoenix use only 6 players. Which they have done, and before those players are effective. So use your depth, Las Vegas. That's how you're gonna get Phoenix out of their game. Now another series. How about the Liberty versus the Chicago Sky? This might be, prediction. Oh, I already said the prediction. But this series, I see the Liberty playing hard. They're not even going to be out coached because you went from mediocrity to a Hall of Fame coach in Sandy Brondello. So that's what happened in New York. Sabrina Nescu and Miranda Johannes, if I'm saying her name right. But Sabrina, I expect you to take control like you've been doing throughout the whole entire season. The team is right for you, Sabrina. The bright lights are for you. Shine. Go out there, play your best. Be the best point guard in this league. Be the face of this league. This is your series. I'm not picking y'all to win this series, but this is your series. Make it happen. They shoot a bunch of 3-pointers, Liberty. Maybe you need to cut that down. Maybe you need to cut that down to the minimum. I see Chicago defending that, which, by the way, Chicago has Candace Parker and Khalil Carper. Khalil Carper is a scorer. I think Khalil Carper has a matchup against her, which she can take advantage of all day long. And so that's where I see this is playing out. I see Candace Parker leading the charge on defense, and I see Khalil Carper leading the scoring on offense. What it comes down to is the keys. New York, get back in transition. Chicago likes to run. They like to run. They got a 3-point shooter in the alley quickly. They got a point guard who likes to push, who likes to get 10 plus assists a game. You got another guard, a Khalil Carper, who likes to shoot the best mid-range jump shot in the game. You got Candace Parker, the best low post in the game, still. And I love Candace Parker, too. Outside of Skylar Diggins, I love Candace Parker. She's my favorite. Favorite player, favorite analyst, all that stuff. So, New York, get back in transition. That's how you're going to win the series. Chicago, defend the 3-point line. We know the Liberty likes to shoot a bunch of 3-pointers. You defend the 3-point line. Make them drive. Get up there. Make them a driver. You got help. Was Candace Parker down there. You got that help. So, make New York out of their game. But prediction for this series, Chicago, it's over. 2-0, Chicago. So, that's the series for that. But the last series I want to talk about, and this series actually might go 3. I hate saying that, though. I hate saying that. Why can't you say Chicago in 5? What? Anyways, I have a problem with the commissioner of the WNBA. She's ridiculous. But anyways, the Mystics versus the Storm. That's the 4-5 matchup, and the 4-5 matchup is always going to go to the limits. The key pairs for Washington, you need to know, is Elena Deladon, Shakira Austin, who is the rookie, and Natasha Cloud. Elena Deladon has got a bunch of rest. Do I expect her to play all? I mean, I expect her to play at least maybe about 20, 25 minutes maybe. Not too sure, because the playoffs is like you play one game, then you rest, and then the next game you play. Or it could be like the NBA format. It could be you play one game, then two games you're off, 2 days you're off, next game, and then the next game. It is a revolving cycle. So I do see Washington playing their game. I want Washington to play their game in this series. That means getting the ball down low, having Shakira Austin block the shots on defense, Natasha Cloud leading the charge. Washington, you got a complete team. You don't have a lot of depth, which is another issue. Which, by the way, WNBA, can you please expand the rosters to 13? I just saw my girl Nneka sit out for the Sparks for nothing. I mean, I know you're trying to play young player. I see it, but I don't know how I would take it when the regular season ends. You're not in the playoffs, and my veteran has to sit out. Coach comes up to me, "You're sitting out today." I'll tell the coach, "I'm playing today. Trainer, get my jersey. Let me put on jersey. I don't care what the coach says. I want to play today." That's what I've done with Nneka. Like, Nneka, you came to this point. You are the leader. Anyways, so Seattle has Brianna and Drew Lloyd. Now, Brianna, decent player, one of my favorites. I have a bunch of favorite WNBA players, guys. She's my favorite, though. Drew Lloyd hit 8 3-pointers on the last regular season game. That's one player you have to watch out for. She loves to score. Brianna Stewart loves to score too, but she has more of a mid-post, low-post game that Washington cannot defend. And so Seattle has that defense. They have a defensive-minded coach, like in the podcast we talked about previously. And so we want to Seattle, we want to extend Sue Bird's career. We want to extend Brianna January's career. And this is a series to do it. We want them to go out on top. Don't be like a Minnesota and say, "Oh, Minnesota, Sylvia Fowles is retired. We're not going to play hard." Nope. It's right there. You got to win a championship, Seattle. Now, I do see this going 3 Seattle's way. Seattle has a complete team, defensive team. Washington does not. Keys. The defending 3-point line for Washington, play with pace. That means play your game. Make Washington play your game. Make Seattle play your game. Because Seattle's more of a, half-court offense. They won't play half-court. They want you to play their half-court offense. Seattle, push the ball transition. You got to push in transition. Like I said, Washington barely has any depth. Push in transition. Make them use their bench a lot more, because Mike Tebow, who's the coach of Washington, loves to use at least 8 players. So they don't have a lot of depth. Use that depth to your advantage, Seattle. Now, gave my predictions for the playoffs. TV schedules online. I hope everyone tunes in to the WNBA playoffs, and we'll go from there. Now we gotta say goodbye to Liz Cambage, and I did talk about this lady a long time ago. probably about 2 weeks ago, I think I talked about her. How selfish she is. The world revolves around her. I'm like, the world does not revolve around Liz Cambage, Liz. There's other players out there that we want to focus on. Liz, you're saying you're taking a break from the WNBA. A break to me is like you're gonna do your own thing. You're not necessarily retiring, but you're gonna do your own thing. You're gonna take a break for you. To me, you don't need to know. You don't need to announce that. We already know your intentions. You make it about you versus you can't make it about other people. That's how selfish you are, Liz. So if you retire from the WNBA, you retire. You don't have a Hall of Fame attached to your name. You just have selfishness attached to it, and it's too bad. Because I want to see you play. So, but it is what it is. But hey, that's our show, guys. Now I want to do a shout out. I do want to do a couple of birthday shout outs. I want to give a shout out to my friends, Asiri Hilliard. Her birthday's on Thursday, so I want to shout her out a birthday, and also a birthday that is today, Brianna Rose, and I worked out with her a few weeks ago, something like that, and so worked out with her. She wonderful lady, all that stuff. So today's her birthday. She's 21. Just want to give her a shout out. And, that's that. I want to give Sarah here a shout out. Can we give a clap for those both ladies, please? All right. Good enough. All right, guys. That is our show for today. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all laughed. I hope y'all said he's mean. Yeah, this year, when it comes down to it, you gotta be a passionate sports fan. The NFL's coming up, NBA's about to start up in late September, early October. Baseball's about to end, so there's a lot going on, guys. A lot for me to keep up. Why your boy will keep it up though. He will have surprises. He will have more laughter for you. This is what the show's about. It's about laughing. We cry a little bit, but at the end of the day, we'll laugh. But I hope you guys are joining me on the ride. I hope y'all can give me some subscribers. We only need 22 more before we go live. So please give me my subscribers, and I will do my best to add more laughter, add more content, add more information. I'm willing to do the work. But till then, I want to say goodbye and see you next week. Like, comment, subscribe on Fishbowl Radio. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.
Hey, this is Dr. Preston E.